Why, hello there, soulmates. My name's Soulkeeper, and today we're going to be talking about some of the new Marvel Legends reveals, and there's actually quite a few of them. I was surprised by just the sheer number of them, but hey, it's a good thing. It's always a good thing when there's a lot of them, because it means we got a lot to talk about. Before we really get into it, though, I kind of want to mention about the whole Hasbro fan stream that they did. I was going to watch it, actually, because I wasn't able to catch it because I was just busy. I had things I had to do. But I wasn't able to see when it was live, and apparently they did some kind of weird 3D type of view or something. I don't know. It was bizarre. I guess it's cool they tried something new, but they just completely took the live stream down, so there's not really anything I can't watch it. So I kind of just have to work based on what I know from people I've seen posting online and what I can see through pictures. Hey AJ, what's going on? I'm glad to see you, dude. How's life treating you today? I hope you're good today. What's shaking, baby? I'm actually not having my Dunkin' coffee today. I'm having a different brand. I'm trying something new and different. Apparently just like Hasbro did yesterday with, I don't know, some 3D view of something. They tried like a 3D view on their live stream, and the people who like to post pictures online of the new action figures, it didn't work because they couldn't capture any good images hardly. Anyway, we got a lot of different things to talk about, really. So aside from that, let's just move into the product, right? You chillin', Keith? How about me? I'm all right. I've been thinking about what I'm gonna do across the internet coming up pretty soon. I might be moving back more into action figures than I have been on this channel for the past year or so. It might be a good thing to do. But also, I've been considering what I'm going to do on other websites. I don't know, there's a lot of things I have to think about with TikTok getting banned and everything. You know what I mean? Just a lot of different feelings going through my head. Yeah, we're dropping it. So, the first thing we're going to look at is like this mini comic wave, which I thought was a novel idea. I got really excited about the concept of the mini comic, but then I thought, oh yeah, they're going to include like a little booklet. Because I remember action figures a while back, I remember seeing these, they would have like little booklets that were like little mini comics that were included with like He-Man, and Aliens had them too, I'm pretty sure those action figures did. And it was a really cool feature. I thought, oh, they're bringing that back. But no, the mini comic that we're actually talking about, the real big emphasis on the mini here. Let's take a look at this. This is what we're looking at, guys. That's how small it is. Like, there's no way you can read that. That's not a real comic. That's just like a little comic book accessory. And, boy, Hasbro really is just going out of their way to not promote literacy with the action figures they make. Ever since 2007, when they dropped the comic book from the Marvel Legends line. Oh, on the bright side, it's nice that they're actually putting a big friggin' label on these things, letting us know, hey, this is the comic book that this action figure is from, because now we know, oh yes, this is Miles Morales, absolutely definitely based on Ultimate Spider-Man, like, #1, apparently. Yeah, right there. If you look real close, you can see it says comic accessory, inspired by comic. It's just, yeah, it's inspired by. But this is Ultimate Miles Morales. Here's a closer look at the action figure, by the way. It looks like you can break it in 1 second. I agree. I don't know about this. This seems like a pretty ill-conceived idea, the mini comic. I wish they would just make like a little tiny comic. Just, I don't know. Just a little thing, not big. Amy, thank you so much for that $1 super chat. I really appreciate that, Amy. Amy, how are you today? How's life treating you? And thank you for that third super on one of these live streams that we do. I appreciate that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put on my poop hat. Because, you know, sometimes I'm a real shithead. Cheers to you, Amy. Hope you're having a great night. This is Miles Morales, guys. This is actually based on I think this is, God, I want to say it's based on a Miles Morales action figure they've already made, but it does look like they've goosed up the body a little bit. Actually, is this based on... If I look at this, I want to say that it looks a little bit based on Amazing Fantasy 15, that Spider-Man action figure, but I don't know, there's a few things, it might be a little bit, but it looks like they borrowed different hips. The hips look like they're a little, I don't know, the hips look a little wonky. It does look like you can get him to squat down pretty low, though, so, I mean, if the hips are like that just so he can get in these crazy poses, I'm all for it. The action figure looks pretty decent, aside from, like, the weird hip head-on, but if you get him all posed up, I think he looks pretty okay. Yeah, the more I look at this, the more I feel like this might be, like, Amazing Fantasy or something, but I don't quote me on that. I might be full of it. That's why I'm wearing the poop hat, guys. Because sometimes I get it wrong. That is not Miles Morales. Okay, what is supposed to be Miles Morales, AJ? If this isn't Miles Morales, then who is? Yeah, this looks pretty okay. I don't mind it. I just I don't know. I'm still like rocking and reeling over like this little mini comic they're including with the packages. This is one of 6 action figures, by the way. There's 5 more that are in the line with this guy. So we've got like 5 other action figures we gotta look at very shortly. The package here looks, it doesn't look like it's too loaded. It comes with an extra head. Obviously, he's got to come with, like, his Spider-Man head, right? He comes with an unmasked head. That's pretty typical business for one of these Spider-Man action figures. Comes with, looks like 3 different extra hands, but then he comes with the mini comic. I don't know. I think they should go back to the drawing board on this one and just put, like, a little... It doesn't even have to be a full-size comic like the Marvel Legends used to do from Toy Biz. Just a little, tiny, miniature comic book. Maybe like 12 pages long or something. I don't know. I'm spitballing ideas, but that would be so cool if they did that like it used to be done way back when. Instead of this. This kind of sucks. I don't like that. Next action figure from this line, guys, is Ultimate Iron Man. I think this action figure kind of slaps, because this looks way better than the old Ultimate Iron Man from 2007. I have the Ultimate Iron Man from the first wave of Hasbro's action figures, and I don't know if anyone out there like remembers that one. It was almost 20 years ago, so I wouldn't blame you if you don't. But that action figure, I mean, it could have been worse, but it could have been so much better too. I think one of the big things was that that action figure was literally... it felt like cheap plastic. It had virtually no paint. I mean, it had paint, but it wasn't very good paint. Plus, like these days, the chrome that it used red chrome paint across all the red parts, and it's flaking off now. But also, he had an unmasked Tony Stark head and a helmet that you could put over it, and the helmet was like a bucket that just went over the top, and it was so much less classy than it was when Toy Biz made their Iron Man action figures, where usually they had a faceplate that you could put over the unmasked Tony Stark face, and it looked pretty good. It was molded right over the face, it fit flush over it, it looked great. But, I mean, what they're doing now with Iron Man figures is so far beyond what they were doing back in 2007 that I'm just an old man in his rocking chair reflecting on the good old days, or maybe the not so good old days, depending how long you've been collecting Marvel Legends, guys. Well, regardless, the sculpt on this thing slaps, and it looks exactly like the source material to me. I don't know how many of you guys have read the Ultimates, but yeah, this is Ultimate Iron Man. Alright, here's them apparently during the live stream, and here's the action figure on display. It's kind of tiny, kind of hard to see, but, you know, same deal here. Comes with that little mini comic. Everyone is praying Spider-Man, but Adam Warlock is a beauty. Yeah, he looked pretty cool from what I've seen. My favorite so far, I think, well, one of them is obviously Ultimate Iron Man. I think Ultimate Iron Man sculpt is just too good to ignore. I don't know, they always tend to go all out on the Iron Man action figures, I think. Probably because I think they consider it one of their top sellers. Kind of like Wolverine and Spider-Man, right? I wonder what the best-selling action figure is from Marvel Legends. Probably Spider-Man. I mean, why do I ask myself questions I already probably know the answer to? I mean, it's not hard to do better than the Ultimate Iron Man action figure from 2007. The one from 2007, it was pretty bad. That entire wave from 2007. When Hasbro first started doing Marvel Legends, guys, just do a Google search at some point. You'll see what I'm talking about. They were really bad at making Marvel Legends for like 2 years. It got so bad that I think the line almost got canceled. Like, people rag on Toy Business Marvel Legends, but Hasbro's were really bad. Nowadays, like, people rag on Toy Business Marvel Legends all the time, but compared to what Hasbro was doing, oh god, Toy Biz was like Da Vinci. Alright, so here's like a standing up pose for Iron Man, and this is really, I mean, like I say, really nice looking. Looks like he doesn't have a, I don't know, there might be something going on there. That might be like a waist swivel or something. Maybe. Kind of looks like there's a joint there, doesn't it? The ab crunch is very well hidden. Very nice looking. Very clean looking action figure, I think. And apparently the joints are really, the ankle joints are really well hidden too. Yeah, really well done. Love this action figure, guys. Hate the mini comic concept, but god, the action figure is sweet. Next up is Rom. This is one that a lot of old-timers are getting excited about. I do not know anything about Rom, because Rom was a comic book way before I was ever born, and I'm familiar with his existence, at least. I mean, that's something. It looks good, looks great, looks like the character, looks well detailed. Lots of texture work on this one. Outstanding action figure. Yeah, look, he's even got, like, the cloven hoof feet. I love that. They're really focusing on like the comic book aspect of these in these promo shots, aren't they? Like, here's the one that he's holding. Like, he's gonna open his own comic book and have himself a good read. Yeah, look at that comic book. That's what Marvel Comics looked like way back when. Way back when, like late 70s, early 80s. Like I said, before I was around. I don't even know if there's like a collection of ROM comic books out there that I could read to familiarize myself with the character. Is there? Are they online or something? Because if they're online, maybe I'll take a look just to see what ROM is all about. Well, anyway, at least in this picture, we're getting some nice close-ups of ROM, and you can see there's lots of nice ridges on his head. His head is very square. He's kind of a blockhead, isn't he? Yeah, just a little bit. He's kind of a block body, too, because look at that body. Hard edges everywhere. I'm sure a hug from him hurts something fierce. And here's the back of him. God. I wish I knew more about this character so I could, like, make heads or tails of what's going on here. This is... Nerd! Thank you, Amy. I deserve that. Well, is it because I suggested that I should read a comic book? I deserve it. Does anyone out there know who Rom is? Please educate me. Make me smarter. No, these weapons he's coming with are crazy. Look at these guns. Looks like they look like those things you'd find at the dollar store, and like just, you know, you keep hitting the switch on it, and it starts to make this really annoying noise that sounds cute when you first start doing it, but your parents slowly get more and more annoyed the more that you use it. I remember having one like that when I was a kid, and boy, my parents loved it when I used that. It would make, I remember I had this toy that was like Rom's guns, and I would just keep pulling the trigger, and it would slowly make this grating high-pitched noise, like, and it was just like, and, you know, eventually it reached a peak, and you could just keep doing it. It made you, and you just pretend you were firing lasers, but oh my god, literally the most annoying sound in the world, to the point where even I got annoyed with my own toys sometimes. Like, this is too much. I gotta put this down. And my parents thanked me. How's it going, Hills? That's what these guns look like to me. Rom, and is that a jetpack? It looks like it might be a jetpack. I don't know. I don't know anything about Rom, guys. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, he comes with some blast effects. All right. He's, yeah. God, he looks kind of mean, doesn't he? I don't know if I trust Rom. Just dropped your kid off at practice so you could be here. Nice. Well, glad you're here, Hills. You know, I like streaming games on a Friday night, but I figured that coming onto TikTok, coming onto here is probably a better use of time because so many people are busy on a Friday night. You know what I mean? At least from experience. What do I know? If I'm wrong about that, everyone feel free to correct me. Well, everyone's just got date night and everything, so it's a little bit less of a commitment and a little bit less of a hit on a site that tracks your average viewership. Alright, so that was Rom, guys. Does anyone know who the hell Rom is? I know of him, I know nothing about him. I mean, he looks okay. I mean, I'm not, but I'll always be your date Friday night. Wink, wink. Well, thank you, Hills. I appreciate that. Hell, I could use a date sometimes on Friday night. Wink, wink. God. Is TikTok... I don't know. Is TikTok getting banned or what? I feel like it is. I mean, the Supreme Court upheld the decision, right? But then Joe Biden says he's going to pass the buck to Donald Trump. Thanks for those likes, guys. I don't know. I feel a certain way about TikTok getting banned. It's mostly fucked over. I don't want TikTok to get banned. Alright, so check this out, guys. Here's Daken. This is like, what's the best way to describe this? Like evil Wolverine, essentially. Yeah, like evil Wolverine. He's got this brown costume. I mean, I love the brown costume aspect of it. I don't know if it's a character that I'm banging down the door for, but he does look pretty cool, and the detail work on his tattoo looks pretty sweet. Also, he's got like this claw that right in the middle of his palm here, which is an interesting design choice as far as comics go. Kind of cool. Like imagine that like you think you got the one up on Daken, and then oh, look at that, he's got a web shooter claw. Eat it, buddy. It's cool. This you know, I look at these action figures like this, and like it's such a stark contrast to action figures like Ultimate Iron Man and Rom, because I feel like I'm looking at an action figure that is like a decade old now, instead of, you know, a figure that's being released in 2025. I've noted this, that I feel some of these molds are feeling really, really old, to the point where I feel like I'm looking at action figures that belong in 2015 instead of 2025. Yeah. This feels old, and it looks a little bit like Sunfire to me, so I'm not really... I don't know if I'm really feeling this one. Like, if I have to pick and choose between spending $25 on this and not spending $25, I mean, I'm leaning towards not spending $25. Because I don't need him that bad. Ultimate Iron Man, I like him. Rom's pretty cool. This guy, maybe X-Men fans out there are going to beat down the door for this. It's not like... I like the head, though. That mohawk was sweet. There are some nice things about this one. The claw setup. God, look, they really want you to get into the mini comics here. Alright, Hill says, I don't see why it wouldn't, but Trump might surprise people. I mean, it did help him win the election. Yeah, one of the guys who was like the head of TikTok, or one of the head honchos, gave him a boatload of money, apparently, so he might do something. I don't know what. Because, like, any executive order that he issues is probably just going to get struck down, but he might try. He might make it, says Amy. We'll see, Amy. I hope you're right. Just to that. I mean, I don't want it to go away. God damn it, I earn a living on there. You know what I mean? Well, here's Wolverine, or excuse me, Daken reading his own comic. You'll forgive me for accidentally saying Wolverine. They really want us to get into these mini comics, but like, come on, Daken. Readings for nerds. We don't do any of that here. No. Reading books. And also reading your own comic is so cringe. But anyway, here he is. Here he is with this little mini comic. For all you guys who haven't seen it yet, yep, there it is. They did a teeny tiny comic. AJ said it looks like it'd break in 1 second, and he's probably right. This mini comic stuff, I like that they're labeling the package like what the source material of these characters, right? That I'm on board with that all day long, but these mini comics suck. They're awful. They're such shit. Like, literally, just include a regular-ass comic. It doesn't have to be long, just something. Like, if they could do it for, I don't know, Masters of the Universe, Aliens, whatever. If they could do it for McFarlane Toys. McFarlane Toys got their own comic book. Like, why can't they do something like that? Or just like a little teeny tiny reprint. You know, you don't have to make a whole new comic. You can just do like a tiny reprint. Keep it simple, stupid. I don't know. I can't get into this. This is dumb. Hill says, I could see him trying to save it. It is for people working and brings revenue. See, that's just it. Like, for as many bad things as you can say about TikTok, goddamn does it make money. Goddamn. It is so good that, like, and plus it brings people in. It exposes people to you. It makes money. Just W's all around for the app. Sure, it's a little strict on moderation at times, but brother, TikTok is great. And I feel like I'm screwed over by my own government. My government has betrayed me. Alright, so here's one of the ones that was mentioned in this stream a little while ago. This is Adam Warlock, and this, I kind of like this Adam Warlock action figure. He looks like he's based on the Vulcan body. I know, Amy, like, it's such a crippling blow to the US economy that how do you do that, and like, how does your party recover from that? How do you recover from that politically? Literally, I can't trust anyone who voted for it. I can't trust anyone who voted for it on the Congress floor, and I can't trust, you know, President Biden because he signed it. And then I can't trust the Supreme Court because they upheld it. So who do you trust? Anyway, this is Adam Warlock, guys. He comes with, well, obviously his comic. He's based on the Infinity Gauntlet comic book. So if you've read that comic book, that's what this is coming from. He comes with also an Infinity Gauntlet, naturally, that can replace his hand over here, which is a very cool feature. He also comes with a couple of hands and his staff. This is, I think, a big improvement from a previous Adam Warlock action figure that we saw, God, a long time ago. Let's take another look at him on another image. This is a much clearer image of him. And he does, like I say, he does use the Vulcan body, but I think that the paint looks pretty clean. I think the cape looks nice. The cape apparently is an all-new sculpt, according to the guy that made it. I think Paul Harding worked on this. He always does good work when he works on these things. And he also did the head, it looks like. And I believe he said he did the head, he did the cape, he did the staff, and he did the gauntlet. And the rest of it is like just, you know, Vulcan stuff. And that's not a great surprise. They're using the Vulcan body for a lot of things. This one comes straight out of 2021, 2022. Will I get any of these? I will probably get it depends on which ones people are most interested in. If people are extremely interested in seeing reviews of some of these, yeah, we'll probably check them out. I don't know if we'll get all of them, because $25 an action figure does get a little cost prohibitive at some point. But at least we're going to talk about them and what we like and what we don't like in the meantime. I'll say that if you want like a classic Adam Warlock, if you want an Infinity Gauntlet Adam Warlock and you're tired of the one that you have in your collection, this one is a significant upgrade. I remember the one that I have. I have an Adam Warlock that was released, God, at least like over a decade ago, and the articulation on that, they hadn't figured out articulation yet, and he's pretty rough. He's got like the elbow swivels, he's got a single joint elbow swivel. It doesn't work so good. These are all double jointed elbows and double jointed knees. I think that one might have, it might have had double jointed knees. No, I can't even remember. I'd have to go get it out of the room and you know, I'd have to go get it out of the other room and look at it. Oh, that's a really cool pose. He looks like he's about to poke someone. I've never known Adam Warlock to like get all martial arts with his staff. Usually he kind of just bangs it around the ground and stuff and carries it around, but I suppose it's not out of the realm of possibility for him to give someone a good smack with it. You know, Thanos probably deserves a good smack right before he, you know, snaps half of the universe's population away. Yeah. I mean, anything to prevent the snap. Can we review some He-Man toys? He-Man toys? I don't know anything about He-Man toys. I don't even know if anything has been released. There might have been. I have to check and see if there's some of the updates on one of the guys I follow. You see them in Target a lot? You do? Okay, well, I guess there are He-Man toys. Well, I mean, there's T-Man toys. I just don't know a lot about them. Alright, here's what Adam Warlock looks like with his Infinity Gauntlet all sorted. Looks like he's got all the gems in it and everything. This is like right after he pilfers it from Thanos during the story. In that story, by the way, the Infinity Gauntlet, guys, what happens... If you've ever seen, like, the MCU movies and MCU, let's see... Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, I mean, that's pretty much the story. Obviously, Adam Warlock was not in that, unfortunately, but he's a big aspect of the comic book storyline. What he does is he, with the aid of Doctor Strange and the aid of the Silver Surfer, assembles the remaining Earth's heroes to assault Thanos. And during the assault, well, I won't spoil the entire story, but he assembles Earth's hero to assault Thanos and retrieve the Infinity Gauntlet. Because obviously, Thanos, in possession of the Infinity Gauntlet, has ultimate power. He can snap away half the universe's population on a whim. And it doesn't explode or destroy or anything like that like it does in the movie. He just does it because he wants to please Lady Death. Lady Death is his consort, his, I guess you could call her his girlfriend, sort of. She doesn't seem like she's all that into him in the comics, but he does it to please her. And it's an offering to her. And honestly, if you've seen the most recent, what is it, Agatha All Along with Aubrey Plaza as Death, I wish they would have waited to do the Infinity War storyline, because I could totally see Thanos in the MCU falling over, tripping over his feet to try and please Aubrey Plaza's Lady Death. If I were Thanos, I would do anything for Aubrey Plaza's Lady Death. Alright, next action figure from this wave of mini-comic guys is Banshee, guys. This is another one. God, there's a lot of Vulcan in this wave, you know that? Jesus.
Silence, you furry fool! I've had it with your whining and bumbling.
Thank you, Amy, for those 20 beats. Am I wrong? Was it? Thank you, Hills. Thank you, Amy. Guys, am I wrong? Like, that Aubrey Plaza as Lady Death on Agatha All Along was so hot. Like, what? I'm just saying, Aubrey Plaza as Lady Death was so hot. I would let her do unspeakable things to me, Lady Death. I don't know. I would teeter over the edge. I might not come back. Yeah, look at those mutton chops. There's Banshee, guys. This is a classic Banshee right here. So, I mean, I remember, this is another one. This is kind of curious because this is another character that was in the first wave of Hasbro's Marvel Legends back in 2007. And that, if you guys Google that one at some point, just like Ultimate Iron Man. Yeah, I know, he does, doesn't he, Moonjin? He looks like Elvis. He looks cool. Elvis look cool. And so does Banshee. I wish I had mutton chops like that. Damn, he looks good. Nice pompadour, nice mutton chops. I could get into that. Yeah, that's a good look. Nah, man. Back in 2007, they made an action figure of Banshee, and that figure sucked. Oh my god, he was like the most generic body ever, and also his head looked like he was about to eat something. His mouth was open so wide. It was not classy looking. His hands were all splayed out like this. You know, design wise on like his wings, whatever you call them, the cape. I don't know. The fabric there. They have it pretty much the same. Where it plugs into his leg, plugs into his forearm, right? Also plugs into his side. But that aside, it works. It's fine. Jacked Elvis. Yeah. The Kang should have muscles. Now here's the screaming head they include with him this time around. This is way better. This doesn't look like he's about to just chomp off someone's face or anything. This looks a lot classier. Like I say, he uses the Vulcan body, so his body is still very generic, but proportionally, it looks way better. And it's a lot easier to get into. About the only thing they really changed about it, it looks like, is they added a little popped collar for him. Man, Moonjet, you were really on point with that Elvis comparison, because he's got the popped collar even. Redheaded Elvis over here has really got it going on. Don says his crotch looks amazing. Sure does. He's packing heat down there. Hey, it's Banshee. He didn't have a kid for nothing. That's why... How do you think Siren was born? Wink, wink. Couldn't help it. I'm glad you didn't help it, because that was funny as hell. Oh man, it looks like he's gonna belt out some kind of pop number. Looks like he's gonna put on his blue suede shoes and chase down a hound dog. Flip that for a highlight reel? Maybe I will. Is there a clipping feature on YouTube? I feel like there is, but I don't know if it worked quite as good as it should. Alright, so this is kind of what he looks like when he's just doing a flying pose. Guys, Banshee might be a silly action figure still, but at least he's less silly than he was in 2007. He's better now! He's not garbage! Alright. Oh, hell. So there's what he looks like in the package. God, he's got mutton chops on one head, but not mutton chops on another. God, where's the mutton chops on the other head? Put the chops on. I'd like my Banshee with chops, please. Please and thank you. Looks like he comes with giant-size X-Men. That's what this one is based on. So yes, classic Banshee. The teeny tiny comic. Oh, look at that flight base, though. That's a nice flight base. I bet that doesn't come with him, does it? Of course they have to show this off, but they don't actually put it in the package. Hasbro, you bastards. Alright. They include a comic accessory when a flight base would be far more useful. You were just looking for it. Oh, for the Clip It feature. Yeah, there's supposed to be one on, like, YouTube. But it might be for VODs or something, maybe. I think that's, like, all the comic book action figures, guys. All, like, these, What do you call them? The mini-comic series. The mini-comic wave. That's all the mini-comic action figures. I don't know, guys. What do you think of this mini-comic stuff? Is this good? Should they go back to the drawing board? I like the action figures overall. Most of them. But the mini-comic sucks. Hey, Milek, what's going on? What am I supposed to do with this? This is almost as dumb as McFarlane Toys doing, like, their Page Punchers action figures and including the exact same comic with every figure in the wave. It's almost as dumb. That was pretty dumb on McFarlane Toys' part. But this is pretty dumb too. Anyway, Milek, what's up? It's good to see you. Oh, I'm here talking about action figures because this is one of the things I like to do is to yammer on about action figures and bitch and complain about stuff. You know, because Thank you, Hills. Alright, let me tell you guys something. This is what I used to do on, like, the internet before I was on TikTok. I like to bitch and complain about action figures. Hey, what can I say? It was a living. Just waiting for your kid to get out of practice. Thank you for this 20 beats, Hills. Hello there, Paper Trail, how are you? It's silly, but you love miniature things. Okay, Amy says that she likes the mini comics. She likes the mini comics. Wonder if we should take a poll or something. Like what the best action figure is. I don't know. Maybe we will take a poll. Alright, so next action figure they revealed, guys, is Electro from No Way Home. And alright, Hills likes mini stuff too. So it's just I'm alone here on this one. Everyone likes mini stuff except Soulkeeper. Not fair. Not fair. Ah. Alright, Soulkeeper, this is why I'm wearing the poop hat, because I'm wrong. The people are right. Soulkeeper's wrong. So yeah, Electro, they're making Electro from No Way Home, guys. Yeah. Like, they're great because they can generate interest in the obscure characters. Yeah, but couldn't they do that by publishing, like, a little mini-comic? Like a comic you could actually read instead of just, like, a piece of crap piece of plastic that does nothing? That was good. Thank you, Hills. That scared me a little bit. Got me. These badass nephews would love him. I think that this Electro action figure looks great. But then again, they don't really... This is good. This is good. I like this action figure, guys. This is a wonderful version of Electro from No Way Home. I am confused why they took so long to get to it. It's just, my feelings about this one are the exact same as they were for the Lizard. They're getting to it like 4 years after the movie was released. 4 years! It's been so long! Why did they wait so long? Most people get introduced to certain characters by the figure, they don't know where they came from. Yeah, and I'm saying, why don't they just put a mini-comic in there? Marvel Legends used to have a comic book in the package during the Toy Biz days. Why don't they do something like that again? And if it's too cost prohibitive to do like a whole ass comic like Toy Biz used to do, why not just publish a mini comic? I don't think it's like, yeah, to republish a comic, I don't think it would put Hasbro out all that much. I mean, McFarlane can do it, Hasbro can do it. It's not a big ask, I don't think. I think they should start putting comics back in the package. There, I said it. And not the shitty mini comics, real comics. Anyway, on to No Way Home, guys. Yeah, that is Jamie Foxx. That is wonderful. Alright, you seem like you're a barrel of chuckles, Paper Trail. Let me help you with that. Jesus. Get fucked. They need to come in a box. I agree with that. Speaking of a box, Moonjet, here's a box right here. Check it out. Why the box is so large, it can accommodate all those electricity effects. Look, 2 extra hands too. All right, this guy's really brimming with accessories. Oh, I see what Moonjet's doing there. Ah. Hills. Oh, by the way, this is one of the hallmarks of every time I do like an action figure video or a live stream. Eventually I get like all the Marvel Legends meat writers coming in trying to counterpoint everything that I say. Even though I'm objectively correct about some things. Notice I didn't say all things because that's why I'm wearing the poop hat. But I am objectively right about the comic book. It's full, alright. Yeah, full like me. No, I like this action figure, guys. This action figure slaps. Oh, we all love a poop hat because it's the full expression of all of our poopiness. Oh, look at this. They've got him on another flight stand. Aw, bro, if you're gonna show us this flight stand, give us a flight stand with his packages, bro. He does look sweet. Yeah, he looks great. They couldn't do it because of the legality behind it. Ah, yes, I'm sure it took 4 years to settle. And not something they could have done back in, like, 2020. No, this is great. This is just, like, 4 years too late. Like, where's the hype? I don't know. Is anyone, like, beating down the door to get a Jamie Foxx action figure 4 years after No Way Home released? Guys, how do you feel about No Way Home? You guys, does anyone out there care about No Way Home still? I didn't even like No Way Home personally. Alright, Moonjit says you already know. Moonjit probably just rolls his eyes and says, this action figure's crap. What is his power? His power is electricity. He loves a live wire. Electro does. You know, does anyone remember Electro's design from Spider-Man 2? The Amazing Spider-Man 2? He was all blue in that, and then they changed it for this. I guess I don't mind they did this because he looked a little bit more like his comic book counterpart, but admittedly the blue design was kind of cool. I mean, yeah, if it wasn't for Willem Dafoe and No Way Home, the movie would have been balls. It's okay. He got so much cum they had to give him pipes. Amy just says, No Way Home is okay. No Way Home was like a movie that I tried to get into, and then like everyone was praising it, and I really wanted to get into it, but I was just like kind of bored. I don't know. I feel that way about a lot of these movies. A lot of these movies just take a ride down Memberberry Lane, right? And I felt that way about Alien Romulus. I felt that way about a little bit about Deadpool Wolverine. Deadpool Wolverine wasn't that bad, but it did have some Memberberry vibes. But, like, Alien Romulus and No Way Home are the biggest culprits to me, I think. Oh, Dalton, how's it going? Hope that you're doing good tonight. I was just talking about Jamie Foxx as Electro from No Way Home! Which is a very, very tight action figure. This is one of the best action figures we're looking at today, guys. Don't get it twisted. I know I'm jawing a lot about a lot of different things right now, but this is a tight action figure. This is right up there with, like, Electro and Doc Ock, I think. And by the way, you are right. Willem Dafoe made that movie. Willem Dafoe is one of the greatest living actors, I think. If it wasn't for that movie, it wouldn't have been anywhere near as fun as it is. It's kind of like Raul Julia in Street Fighter. No Way Home was kind of for me up until Willem Dafoe got involved. I know, he's wonderful as Green Goblin. He probably would have been great as Joker if they had cast him back in 1989, right? Because he's got the vibe. He's got the long face. He can obviously get down to some mean. He can laugh. He's got physicality. He's very rail thin. Just everything about him says, yeah, this guy would make a fantastic Joker if you decide to do something with him, but he is getting a little long in the tooth to do any of that, so it's disappointing that you can't really do it anymore. He was great with Nosferatu. He was in Nosferatu. And I thought that maybe they were gonna, I don't know. They cast him as like a Van Helsing type character, didn't they? It's so weird to see him in like a more heroic role than a villain role. But I guess he does have those. He was the shit in Boondock Saints. Yeah, it was. It was. I liked Boondock Saints. That movie was alright. I remember there was a sequel, but I never watched it. I heard it was bad. Anyone else getting tired of, like, Bill Skarsgård as, playing monsters? I saw him get cast as Nosferatu, and I thought it was, like, the least inspiring choice you could possibly cast in that role. I thought, oh, wow, he's playing a monster again. Boy, guess I'll watch this. He's got a creepy face. I guess he's got a creepy face, so he's getting all kinds of work as monsters. I just, I don't know. Doesn't he do anything else? Man's so typecasted it hurts. Count Warlock is not scary. Alright, if you want scary Count Warlock, if you want scary Dracula, watch Nosferatu by Werner Herzog. Yeah, Werner Herzog. With Klaus Kinski as Count Dracula. That's a scary-ass Dracula. That Dracula freaks me out, dude. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie. It came out in 1979. Very, very scary adaptation. But it also emphasizes the plague aspect of Dracula, with a strong emphasis on, like, the rats that he brings with him that spread the Black Plague all over, well, Germany. You love Bram Stoker's Dracula. Reminded you of that movie, the 90s one. I've seen that movie. I like it alright. The worst part of that movie for me is Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves ruined that movie for me. I wanted to love it, and everything about it is just so enjoyable. Until you start watching Keanu Reeves act. And, like, I think even Keanu Reeves admits that he was awful in that role. Oh, he was cast because he was popular, but he said that he was overworked and that he just couldn't turn in a good performance. And I wish they had gone with literally anyone else besides him because he was so bad. I wanted to cry. Alright, here's a Target exclusive that they're coming out with, guys. This is Marvel Girl. This is a member of X Factor. This is Jean Grey, by another name. And, I'm gonna put it out there, guys. Like, there's a lot of nice things about this action figure, but it kind of sucks because they just completely dropped the ball on her boots. Marvel Girl wears boots, and they just didn't paint them. Like, it's even on the art on the box. And in all the comic books, here's what she looks like with her head sculpt and everything. Head sculpt looks great. The rest of her looks great. The paint apps look very clean on her. You can see the X clearly. She's on, like, this new lady body that we're seeing that has the ab crunch and the torso rocker. That's... I love this. Yeah, head sculpt on this is amazing. And I love that they're using this new body. This is good. Like all this, she's even got this little psychic power special effect on her forehead. This works great. I love it. But then, like, when we get to this is supposed to be yellow. What are they doing? How does Hasbro, like, just not paint that? Are they gonna correct that? Are they gonna fix that before it goes to shelves? Because it needs to be yellow, bro. She's got yellow boots. What are they doing? They're dropping... Come on. I don't know, man. This is a Target exclusive. They say it's fan channel retailers in Canada and the European Union. So if you live in those countries and you're not American, look for it there. Otherwise, in America, it's in Target. But I gotta say, $25 for this? I don't know, man. I would probably skip it because if they can't be bothered to paint the feet, come on, dude. I'm not gonna paint the feet myself. That's lazy. I'm not gonna fix a lazy action figure. I'll wait for them to re-release it and do it right. Kinda reminds you of Rogue. Yeah, because Rogue has the big red hair, kind of like she does. A lot of big red hair in the X-Men. Actually, Rogue is more of a brunette, isn't she? She's got the brown hair and, like, the white tuft in front. But they've both got big hair is the takeaway here. Actually, every lady in the X-Men has big hair, right? Storm has big hair. Rogue has big hair. Jean Grey has big hair. Pretty sure Kitty Pryde has big hair, too. I seem to remember from the 80s that she has kind of a mullet. Let me think here. Do we have any other... Spider-Man might be the last one that we're looking at today, but I don't know yet. Yeah, it looks like Spider-Man might be the last one. Okay. Cool. Well, let's take a look at Spider-Man, guys. Obviously, this is the new... How do we phrase this? This is Maximum Series Spider-Man. I think that this is kind of a... What this looks like to me is that this is the first of, like, this new series of Marvel Legends where I guess they're going all out on accessories and maybe even sculpt. That's what it looks like to me, at least. Because when we look at this package, guys, the guy who worked on this, the person who worked on this, mentioned that they sculpted this action figure, and it does look like a brand new body to me, because, like, looking at this, that looks, I don't recognize any of this from any previous Spider-Man action figure. It looks very nice. It looks like it's tricked out on all the articulation. He's got ab crunch and torso rocker. He looks like he's got butterfly joints. He's got a couple of different extra heads that go along with his mask look. He's got a Peter Parker head. 5 different sets of extra hands. All the web effects you could possibly think of. Down to like a web net, a web shield. He's got a spider sense you can clip on. Look at that. That's awesome. This action figure slaps. He's got a couple of web lines. He's got a little web, was it like web fluid that he's shooting midair that you can just have suspended on this little platform. This action figure is crazy. God, they're even including hands that have web fluid mid-thwip and web shooters that are exposed. So, like, we can put the Peter Parker head on and pretend that he's, like, messing around with his web shooters trying to fix things or something, right? Because this is what Spider-Man looks like underneath, like, his gloves. He's got these web shooters that are just hanging out. That's a really cool detail. I don't think I've ever seen that on an action figure. Maybe they've done it before, but I don't remember if they have. Let's take a look at them all posed up and everything. Looks like he's got a great deal of motion. He's also got toe articulation. That's nice to see on a Spider-Man action figure. So, I don't know if that's like a carryover from the previous Renew Your Vows Spider-Man that was released a couple of years ago, but he does have toe articulation here. That's pretty mundane as far as McFarlane Toys action figures go, because all those have toe articulation, but I mean, on Marvel Legends, that's kind of a big deal. As I say, this one is an Amazon... Well, actually, I didn't mention this. This is an Amazon and Fan Channel exclusive. So we can get this on Amazon, and if you don't know what Fan Channel means, that means, like, specialty stores, like GameStop, or comic book shops, or Big Bad Toy Store, or Entertainment Earth, or... stores like that. Stores that like specialize in toys and stuff, right? How's it going, Solid Blueberry? I hope that you're doing good today. I've seen a couple of people post that this is Hasbro's best Spider-Man action figure. I think they might be right. Because I've never seen I feel like I've never seen the best Spider-Man action figure. People sometimes ask me what I think the best Spider-Man action figure is. I don't think I've seen it up until now. This might be the best one. I have a funny feeling it's probably going to be like $40. It might even be more than that. It might even be like $50 or something. But I'm betting right now this is going to be a $40 release. I think.
You serious?
That was perfect, Hills. Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah. I think it's going to be pretty expensive. It might even, God, $60 to $70. $70 is too much for this. If they charge $70 for this, they are high. They are out of their minds. $70? No. Come on, man. They can't charge $70 for this. Are you kidding? Nah. I'll say this, though. At least it's not like a Walmart exclusive. Even if it is an Amazon and Fan Channel exclusive, at least it's not going to Walmart or, you know, a single store like Target or something. At least you can get it at different stores. So, of all the ones that we've talked about today, I think that this is probably the one that I am interested in the most. Mostly because I'll admit it, I'm a Spider-Man simp. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, we're all Spider-Man simps one way or another. God, look at that pose. That looks so... Look at that. They got all kinds of texture on this web line, dude. Is that in the package? I think it is. Oh, yeah, I can see the details now. Oh, yeah, that's what it looks like up close. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, that's cool. It's probably going to be like $50. I am deeply afraid to think of how much this is going to cost. But I'll say that if there's enough interest, I'll take a look at it. Sweet pose. Oh, I know. This looks like a Spider-Man that can literally do anything, and that's like the Spider-Man I've always wanted. This pretty much is the Spider-Man I've always wanted. I can't think of anything else you could possibly include with this Spider-Man. Like what, Spider Tracers or something? Maybe? What else could you do with them? I have no idea. Oh, and here's another slick pose. One where he's all crouched down and stuff. Yeah, that's sweet too. Doing whatever a spider can. This kind of looks like, what does this look like, guys? I'm kind of getting McFarlane vibes. I don't know, does anyone look at this and get McFarlane Spider-Man vibes? I feel like I am looking at this. Maybe Bagley vibes? Mark Bagley? Yeah, he's pretty jacked. I usually like my Spider-Man to be a little less jacked than this. He's a little muscle bound. I wish he were a little bit smoother, but just in terms of like everything, I kind of want to see what he looks like next to other Spider-Mans, next to other Marvel Legends, because I wonder how tall he is. Because Spider-Man isn't supposed to be like overwhelmingly tall. He's supposed to be like a pretty average dude, right? As long as he has like 5'9", 5'10" vibes, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, he's pretty jacked, definitely. That's what I thought too, McFarlane. Yeah, I'm definitely getting McFarlane vibes here. And maybe that's the idea. Maybe they're capitalizing after the recent Marvel like partnership with McFarlane, where he's making all kinds of Marvel statues and stuff. He's been on a new training regimen. Yeah, he's bench pressing buses and deadlifting boats. Gotta say, it's working pretty good. I wonder what he's eating. He's taking that spider protein. Look at those spider shakes. Yeah, he does look pretty sweet here with like this spider sense thing attached. I was wondering what that was going to look like, and they have a nice shot of it here. And here's what he looks like with his whip, his one hand attached. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting a black suit version too. A black suit version of this would be just mwah. And it wouldn't be all that hard for them to do, because what do they gotta do? They gotta do like a repaint, right? It's not like the old Spider-Man action figures from Toy Biz, where they literally carved the web lines on, right? They sculpted the web lines onto his costume. You go back to those old Toy Biz figures, they have a crazy amount of detail, but also it made them harder to repaint. I imagine that's why they mostly just paint the detail on. The paint deco is there so they can repurpose the action figure later. I think very obviously there's going to be a black costume version. They maybe, I don't know, maybe consider doing a black costume variant, releasing that alongside this. How hard would it be, right? He's been eating his green vegetables. It's like Popeye. One can of spider greens. Alright. I think that's the last Marvel Legend that we're seeing today. Guys, what do you think of all these releases that we've seen today? Across the mini-comic wave, Spider-Man No Way Home Electro, Target-exclusive Marvel Girl, and Maximum Series Spider-Man. So I wasn't able to catch the live stream or anything from Hasbro, and they took down the VOD, so I can't go and review the footage and see what they were like talking about, right? I guess the VOD they did was so unpopular that they decided to make it private. But because of that, I wasn't able to like get all the information, and I felt really sad about that because I kind of wanted to see what was going on there. Yeah, the Hasbro streams, sometimes it's easier to catch them than other times. I think I had something I had to do then. I was probably working, or else I was busy taking my mother to a doctor's appointment. Hard to say. But I don't know. It sounds like this is going to be part of a new series that's probably going to be a little bit more high rent than some of the other Marvel Legends action figures. I'm getting vibes that this is going to be a very high-rent series of action figures where they... I don't know if they're going to do, like, new sculpts for each action figure, but if they do that, that would probably be... I mean, that'd be pretty cool. But if they go all out in accessories, and they have a new sculpt and stuff, and they charge, like, I don't know, $50 for it... Oh... Yeah, that'd be cool. $50 an action figure's getting a little rich, but... That would be cool. I wonder if they're gonna... I don't know know why they tried doing like the 3D live stream on Hasbro's Fan Pulse, or what do you call it? The fan stream. Fan First Fridays, or whatever they call it. I don't know why they tried doing a 3D thing, because usually on live streams, it's best to just keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple because it's simple. But instead, they want to try something new. Expected that. But now we can't watch the VOD, and now we don't have all the information we want. Now we gotta rely on other people to tell us. Well, look forward to seeing these when they finally come out. Some of these are really exciting. Mixed feelings on the mini comic stuff. Marvel Girl was a little lackluster too, because they didn't pay attention to like all of her paint deco. They just outright forgot the boots. I don't know what happened there. But Spider-Man's really cool. No Way Home Electro is really cool. Like Ultimate Iron Man, Rom, those are all really nice. Adam Warlock was pretty cool too. Yeah, most of the mini comic action figures were pretty nice actually. Well, soulmates. I hope you had fun chatting about these action figures today with me. Let me take off my poop hat, because it's time for me to stop acting like a shithead. Thank you, Dalton. I hope it was. Yeah, I like chatting about them every so often. Thank you, Mahoy Manoy. I appreciate it. There's some fun moments in here, wasn't there? You guys got me good. You guys got me pretty good with some of those blurps. Are you serious? That was nice. Maybe we'll do it again sometime soon. Soulmates, I hope you have a good night. I gotta go work out now, my friends. I have to keep my gutters in check. I have to keep my peaks level. So thanks again for hanging out, guys. I'll see you again very soon on here. You have a good night too, Dalton. Sweet dreams, everyone. I'll catch everyone again real soon. I.e., tomorrow, everybody, because I'll be on TikTok for a little bit, and I'll be on Kick. I'll see you guys soon, everyone. Have a great night. And feel free to check out this video in the meantime. I might have to take out some of the copyright stuff, but otherwise, enjoy it. I'll see you guys. Have a good night, everyone.